Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Aave launches the Horizon Real-World Assets Market. Optimism proposes for Ronin Network to launch on the OP stack. The DeFi Education Fund sends a coalition letter to Congress, and ETH Strategy announces its Perpetuals Note Vault. All this and more starts right now. Aave Labs launched Horizon, a new permissioned lending market on Ethereum mainnet, enabling qualified institutions to borrow stablecoins against tokenized real-world assets, such as U.S. Treasuries, collateralized loan obligations, and money market funds. Supported real-world asset collaterals include Superstate's USTB and USCC and Centrifuge's JRTSY and JAAA tokens. Supported stablecoins include RLUSD, USDC, and Go. While borrowing is restricted to qualified investors, anyone can lend stablecoins on the market. When real-world asset collateral is deposited, non-transferable A tokens are issued, respecting the issuer's transfer permissions. Horizon is built on an instance of Aave version 3.3 and leverages Chainlink Smart Data for real-time net asset value data for real-world assets. Optimism proposed for Ronin Network to launch its Layer 2 on the OP stack, inviting the team to leverage a coalition of OP stack collaborators, including Eigenlayer for data availability, Boundless for zero-knowledge proving infrastructure, and Conduit for high-availability sequencing. Optimism highlighted that OP stack chains account for 71% of all Layer 2 transaction fees year-to-date. Earlier this month, Ronin Network announced plans to transition from a Layer 1 to a multi-purpose Layer 2 on Ethereum. Ronin aims to become the gamification engine of Ethereum and recently introduced a revenue-sharing program for developers. The DeFi Education Fund, joined by a coalition of 115 crypto projects and builders, submitted a letter to Congress urging for federal protections for software developers and non-custodial service providers in upcoming U.S. market structure legislation. The letter calls for explicit safeguards to prevent developers from being prosecuted as money transmitters for building or maintaining blockchain networks and non-custodial software interfaces. The DeFi Education Fund highlighted a 7% decline in the U.S.'s share of open-source software developers from 2022 to 2025. The coalition calls on Congress to treat blockchains as neutral infrastructure and to enact clear nationwide protections to support innovation. And lastly, ETH Strategy, a crypto-native ETH Treasury protocol, partnered with Derive to launch the Perpetual Note Vault. The Vault is a yield-generating product that uses Strat convertible notes on Ethereum and executes options on Derive chain. Strat is ETH Strategy's native convertible note that provides leveraged ETH exposure. The new product aims to deliver USD-denominated yield by monetizing ETH's volatility. Derive is a decentralized derivatives protocol built for programmable options, perpetuals, and structured products. In other news, the Ethereum.org translation hackathon goes live. Ethereum Community Foundation releases version 2 of its BlobKit SDK, and Obol Network releases Charon version 1.6.0. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.